Hey folks, welcome back to Shaggy's Car Shop. On tonight's episode, it's pressure plate installation or clutch, whatever you want to call it. I call it a pressure plate, it's a clutch. Installation night. So without any further ado, let's get to it. Alright everyone, so as what I have is a 12-inch McLeod pressure plate clutch, whatever you want to call it. So one thing when you're installing any new pressure plate, clutch, anything like that, they put a little bit of oil or something on these to ensure they don't rust while they're sitting around, because who knows when this was actually made. I bought it a couple of months ago, and amazingly it hasn't rusted, so that's kind of nice. But you want to take some brake clean, something like that. Make sure you clean this surface up really good, and then same thing with your flywheel. And then you're going to take your actual clutch plate, put it up there, take this wonderful clutch alignment tool, slide that on, put it into your wow, why can't I think of the part name? Your bearing that's up inside, and couldn't think of bearing for some reason, and line it all up, and then bolt this down. And again, I have ARP bolts for this, so I learned my lesson last time. I'm going to check the instructions, see what they tell me to torque it at, and we'll get this on. All right, let's get after it. All right, so I'm using brake clean on this, and rather than just spraying it on here, because then you get it up on your engine, and if your engine's, I don't know, rattle can like mine is, you never know. But I just sprayed it onto a paper towel and just wiping it with some brake clean, trying to get all this gunk out of here. You don't want any oils or anything, any greases, anything like that on your pressure plate surface, because it could cause it to slip. I know I'm not too worried about it because I got brake clean on my hands, which is oh so great for you. But like I know some of the race car drivers, you know, if they're using a double friction disc and all that, and they're worried about all that stuff, they'll wear rubber gloves with them because they don't even want the oil off their fingers on them. But I'm not that worried about it. Alright, so next up you have your friction disc, and it is going to, one side is thin, the other side sticks out a little more. Now obviously I have my bolts that hold on my flywheel, so let me see this camera angle. You can see the side I'm holding sticks out more. You're not going to want to run that in on the side with your bolts. You're going to want to put the flatter side like that on there, just like that. Yeah, if you run it the other way, you run into, depending on your application, I don't think mine would have interference on this side. And then another thing you'll see is the springs in there. That's just to dampen when you're applying and releasing your clutch pedal. Then you line up your alignment tool and run that right into your pilot bearing. Slide that up on there, and then wish you had 3 pairs of hands. All right, let me get you guys a better camera angle, because I'm going to need to kind of get where you are. to put this pressure plate up here. One thing, again, I'm using ARP bolts. They come with a nice little washer with them, so you don't have to grease the heads on these. I'm going to use blue Loctite on them. And my book said, or my book, what am I talking about? My instructions said to torque them to 45 pounds. So I'm going to run them in, get the pressure plate up here, hand tighten them, and then I'm going to come back once it's up here one by one, add some blue Loctite, and then run around and torque them. So first things first, let me get a new camera angle for you, and then so I can get in here, and we'll start running a few of these in. All right, folks, here we go. Again, this is one of those times where you wish you had 3 sets of hands or a buddy over drinking beer. All right, those two should hold it. So it's that one and that one. I'm gonna get some Loctite on the rest of these so I can save a little bit of time. And the reason I'm using blue Loctite on this is because it is a wear part. So some point in the future, inevitably, I'm gonna have to pull this back out of here. Probably when I burn the clutch out of it, just being stupid. I'll need to remove this. Not that you can't remove red Loctite, it's just more of a pain in the butt. One way down there. Okay, pop this one out. And the last one. now I got them all hand started. I'm just going to take and run them in a bit. And then I'll come back and torque them. One of the other reasons is I can still move my pressure plate around. So I'm trying to keep that as centered as I possibly can. And then I'm gonna hopefully tighten this up to where I don't have to hold it. And then again, when you torque these, same thing with the flywheel, same thing with the wheel, you want to go crisscross. You don't want to just start at one side and go all the way around. All right, let me grab my torque wrench and then we'll get this all torqued and then kind of bring you around so you can see what it looks like. We're going to start at the bottom here, work our way around this. Again, 45 foot-pounds. And they're all torqued, and then I always just go back around in a circle, make sure I didn't miss one. And then, if you're ready to measure your throw-out bearing distance, you just pull this out. Your pressure plate holds your friction disc in there. You put on your bell housing, measure your throw-out distance, and set your throw-out bearing, and mate your transmission to your bell housing. But that's for another video. So let me bring you around, kind of show you what this looks like on the back side of this. And I think then we'll be done for the night. Alright folks, that's it for tonight's video. Hope you enjoyed. I think the next video, again, we're going to be doing bell housing, installing that. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.